es que me gusta esa mujer.
Que voy para allá,
Amigo mío, si la ve,
que voy para allá,
dígale, dígale, dígale,
que voy para allá,
dígale, dígale, dígale.
que voy para allá,
Mami, mami, abre la ventana.
que voy para allá,
Mami, mami, abre la persiana.
que voy para allá,
Pónteme bien, pónteme bien.
que voy para allá,
Larara, larara,
que voy para allá,
larara,
que voy para allá,
larara.
que voy para allá. ¡Uepa!
Guatanegui con su
Upi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti,
luli, rami, guanaga. Guatanegui con su
upi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti.
luli, rami, guanaga.
Guata winegi con su, guata winegi guanaga, guata winegi con su, guata winegi guanaga. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol,
Guatanegui con su
upi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti.
luli, rami, guanaga.
Upe, upe.
Guatanegui con su luli, rami, guanaga.
Con la cintura muévela, con la cadera muévela. Si lo que quieres es bailar, si lo que quieres es gozar. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol.
Guatanegui con su luli, rami, guanaga. Guatanegui con su
Upi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti.
Awesome. Well, hello everyone. My name is Dennis Garcia Reyes. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm currently a staff member within the Department of Residential Life and Housing. And first, I want to say congratulations to all of our graduates today. Awesome. So I'm going to be the ceremony MC, just doing the flow of the program today. But first, I want to welcome Dr. Miriam Kadeba, the Director of Office of Multicultural Student Affairs.
Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Welcome, everyone. It is such an honor, such a pleasure to be here for this Spring 2022 Latinx Achievement Ceremony. Come on, that's the energy. That's right. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at the graduates. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for being here. My name is Dr. Miriam Kadeba. I am the Director of the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs, and it is my pleasure and honor to truly be here and to welcome also our wonderful, beautiful faculty that are here to also support our students. Yes. This is graduation season, so this whole week we've been saying welcome to family and friends and campus partners. And I am from Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa, and in my country, we say akwaba to say welcome. So I wanted to take a moment to individually welcome everyone and to really acknowledge the collective that we're creating today. So I want to say akwaba first to our esteemed VCU Upper Administration, Dr. Charles Klink, who is the Vice Provost for the Division of Student Affairs, is here. Thank you so much for your support. Dr. Tamika Legrand as well is here. Thank you for your visibility and continued support for our students. Additionally, I wanted to offer great Aquaba to our campus partners and VCU staff and faculty, for which, without your help, this ceremony would not take place. So really, Aquaba, and thank you for being here. Now, this is the time that I also want to say a huge Aquaba for our friends, family, and loved ones, and all the babies that are in the room. Aquaba to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving on your graduates and for them to be here. They're here because of you and all your love and support. Last but certainly not least, a big Aquaba is being extended to our wonderful, beautiful graduates. Look at y'all. Look at yourself. This is amazing. We're so proud of you. We're so grateful that you're here and that we get to honor you and celebrate you. So I won't say too much else. Just again, wanting to say Aquaba to everyone. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Miriam Kadeba. So next, we are going to present our student speakers. So we have three of them. Their names are Angela Gates, Gianna Juarez, and Selena Pacheco. If you want to come to the stage now.
Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación para los Latinos y Latinas de Virginia Commonwealth University. Welcome to the graduation for the Latinx students at Virginia Commonwealth University. My name is Angela Gates, and I am one of the graduating seniors of the class of 2022. I can't tell you how honored I am to be speaking in front of you all today. I would like to start off by congratulating all of my fellow classmates because we are celebrating the fruit of our efforts. We made it, guys. A little bit about me and my journey. I hope that my experience will inspire someone in the audience to believe in themselves and in their dreams. As a first-generation student aspiring to become something greater, I had no blueprint and little guidance on how to navigate my future. Although for a while I knew I wanted to be in the medical field, I did not have a clear path to what I should do or where I should go. Visiting my grandmother in Panama taught me how expensive and inaccessible medication is for them and those who are less fortunate. I was introduced early to the medical field because of my parents, who worked as orthopedic nurse and a respiratory tech for the military. I began to look closely into the profession of pharmacy because of my aunt who worked as a pharmacy technician in a cancer facility. Seeing her create the different medications needed to help patients made me realize that I wanted to help those in need. That's when my journey into pharmacy began. As Ellen Ochoa, the first Hispanic woman ever to go to space, once said, education is what allows you to stand out. From the beginning, I knew VCU was a school for me as soon as I stepped on campus during my first tour. The administrators, faculty, and students at VCU made me feel I belonged to their community, and that confirmed to me that I could begin and possibly finish my career through this institution. After taking introductory courses in pharmacy and pharmacy-related courses offered at VCU, my eyes were opened to the real-life impact pharmacists have on their patients and allowed me to explore the numerous career paths offered in this field. This past summer, I was offered the opportunity to explore more of my career within the VCU Summer Academic Enrichment Program. This experience not only ensured that my passion for pharmacy is unquestionable, but also demonstrated my ability to succeed and excel in academically intensive coursework within a pharmacy program. As we all know, our time here at VCU was met with extreme conditions due to the pandemic, which challenged us to persevere and continue on our paths. However, as Frida Kahlo once said, at the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. Today I can say thanks to God, my parents, family, and friends, I have accomplished the first part of becoming a pharmacist and making a difference in my community. And a special shout out to Dr. Garcia, who became one of my mentors this year and inspired me to do more for my community and pursue my dreams. I leave you with this quote by Sonia Sotomayor, a Puerto Rican Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Sorry. You cannot dream of becoming something you do not know about. You have to dream, you have to learn to dream big. Education exposes you to what the world has to offer, to the possibilities open to you. Thank you all and congratulations.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hola todos. My name is Gianna Juarez. I am the proud daughter of immigrant parents from Peru and Guatemala. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate these incredibly brilliant Latinx graduates on such a beautiful day. First, I would like to thank VCU for all the opportunities I've had to succeed as a first-generation college student and for recognizing and celebrating us Latinos here on campus. However, I would like to dedicate this moment to all of the ancestors that have paved the way for me and for all of us to be standing here today. Thank you. Thank you. As we're all aware, this ongoing pandemic has taken a toll on everyone's lives and routines, especially as college students. In addition to these changes, many precious souls have left this earth as a result of COVID-19, one being my grandfather, Wilfred Sirvas. My grandfather was the most loving, silly, and hardworking man for my mother, her siblings, I'm looking at my mom, and all of us grandchildren. He, more than anyone, would be so proud to see his first grandbaby on this stage today. In addition, I would like to honor my Guatemalan roots by thanking my abuelo and abuela, Carlos and Sara Juarez, for giving me the best father I could ask for. I would not be here today if it were not for these three wonderful souls and the sacrifices they've made to get to this country. And I know they're here in this moment watching over me, incredibly proud of the legacy that they've created, allowing me to be the first college graduate in my family. As Latinos, I know we're all aware family is just really everything. It's the most important. That being said, I would like to honor everyone in this room and take a moment of silence for all the loved ones that we've all lost on our journeys who have, created this opportunity for us. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful moment. I am so grateful and honored truly to be in this position, surrounded by all you beautiful Latinx families. You have all fought for your place in this country, and I promise to fight for the Hispanic community throughout my entire professional career. I hope to one day work in Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., representing us Latinos and fighting for immigration reform. I do this for our people, so thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Elena Pacheco. I'm a senior in the Interdisciplinary Studies program. My focus is in social equity with a minor in education. So basically, I want to change our education system and I want it to support our ESL and multilingual students, just as some of us have taken those paths in the past. So on the topic of legacy and finding your identity in college, that's kind of what I want to talk about. And I know that at one moment or another, I think we all shared the same question of how we repay our parents' sacrifices without actually sacrificing our own identities and autonomy. Well, I got older and I began getting those big questions, just like everyone, always asks, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? And all I really knew was who I wanted to be was someone who could help others, just like my grandpa. Whew, we're all crying here. We're all empaths. But being a daughter of immigrants, I was more focused on how to be a doctor or how to be a lawyer without actually going to school for like 10 freaking years. I was not ready for that. And also that I could repay my parents' sacrifices. And this is all that I thought about. What can I do for my parents? What can I do for my family? But so often I forgot about what I can do for myself. And so I forgot about myself, Selena, who was a former ESL student, who was bullied for looking too Mexican, who shushed herself thin just to make everyone else happy. But overall, Selena, who just wanted to help others who had been in her position. And I felt frustrated and I felt angry. And maybe at some point you guys did too. We didn't ask to be here, or we didn't ask someone to give up their lives for us. And reflecting on those feelings, I turned to this book. I would recommend it to everyone, For Brown Girls with Sharp Edges and Tender Hearts. So beginning, goodness, it's a really good book. And she's from Nicaragua, and that's where I'm from, and Mexico. But you are going places that no one in your family has ever been, and you are fearful of your fearlessness. You belong to no one, but are accountable to many. We depend on you. Do not let anyone else tell you differently. You are groundbreaking. Your parents brag about your brilliance, all while exhorting you to be more like their friends' daughters, the good, obedient daughters who did what they were told. Your parents say this because they do not know what to do with their brown girl. But this is open to everyone else too. They have not been able to hold your fire for some time now, but you must hold your parents in your heart as you dismantle the systems that have kept people like them down. They were kept down, but not you, and you owe it to them to keep fighting. So upholding a legacy, making your parents happy, and then not forgetting yourself is a delicate balance. But don't be afraid to choose yourself. Remember that your parents made the choices they did so that you would be able to make choices that they never had, even if that independence backfired on them a few times. Don't be afraid to feel the fire in your heart when you make a choice that you feel is right. Remember to listen to that same heart. Remember your experiences and where you came from. Remember and use your position to help others who were just like you, young and frustrated and confused in this big world. Your voice matters, your light matters, and you matter in this world. Thank you.
Another round. Oh, jeez. Another round of applause for our student speakers. Beautiful speeches, y'all. Awesome. So we will move on to the keynote speaker, who is Dr. Dina Garcia. She's the assistant professor for VCU School of Medicine.
So, hola a todos. Hello, everyone. Like he mentioned, my name is Dina Garcia, and I'm a professor here at the Virginia Commonwealth University School of Medicine. It's such an honor to be here today celebrating this great milestone in your lives, your graduation from VCU. And of course, achieving this great milestone would not be possible without the support of your familia, professors, peers, that are sitting right next to you, many of which were probably present during so many different times in your journey, providing consejos, support, a shoulder to lean on when you just needed someone to talk to. And I'm excited to also mention that I too am graduating from VCU with a certificate in medical education from the VCU School of Education. So I feel an immense connection with each and every one of you, because we did it. Si se pudo, we're graduating from VCU. And perhaps to get to this point, there was a multitude of late night study sessions, impromptu trips to get snacks or get your mind off just studying, coffee, lots of coffee, and a great deal of Zoom sessions as we were all enrolled at VCU during that period of time when we all had to transition to virtual learning due to the social distancing restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. All of us can think back to a moment in time during that March 2020 when there was a great deal of uncertainty of what was going to happen regarding instruction here on our campus. And I personally remember being in a car with members of my research team on the way back to Richmond from a research trip that we took to Galex, which is in Southwest Virginia. So shout out to anybody who's from Southwest Virginia that's in the house right now. And throughout all that trip, we just kept listening to the news to keep updating on the number of COVID-19 cases that were being reported in our state. And also, I will admit, refreshing the VCU Reddit page to see if there was any insight in regards to what was happening here at VCU, because even I, as a faculty member, was in the dark at times. And I vividly remember that one of the research trainees saying, someone on Reddit is saying that VCU is shutting down and we're going to go fully virtual. And all of us were saying, no way, absolutely no way. How could that even be possible? And it was. Each of us is witness to the fact that students had to vacate dorms, go back home, finish classes online, and even us faculty had to leave our offices and we could not access them. We had to work from home, and many of us that were teaching at that time also had to transition our courses to an online modality overnight. And it was definitely a point in time that I describe as a state of flux with continual changes. But what these rapidly changes actually demonstrated is that what we all perhaps thought was impossible to happen actually did happen, completely challenging our notion what quote-unquote reality is and what could actually exist, flipping and tossing our normals as we slowly began to realize that the way things were and operate didn't have to be the way that things operate in those ways. And so we tussled with a world of pandemic, and if that wasn't enough, shortly thereafter, in May 2020, George Floyd was murdered in Minneapolis by the hands of a white police officer, demonstrating the continual and ongoing police brutality and anti-Black sentiment that is spurred by structural racism that is entrenched and is pervasive across laws, policies, institutional policies, and norms within our society. And this affected us all. Millions of people, in fact, joined marches and advocacy efforts, even here in Richmond, the once capital of the Confederacy, to demand respect for human dignity. And this continued violence against our Black brothers and sisters told us the tale of a country that benefits from historical inequities that we see time and time again, racism. We know that structural racism is advanced through individual choices that provide or offer differential access to goods, services, and opportunities of society by race. So our collective choices should include deliberate efforts to support and achieve racial equity through proactive and preventive measures. Simply denouncing or eliminating discrimination or stereotyping and bias is not sufficient to achieve racial justice and equity. Instead, we must collectively reimagine and co-create a different culture and society through anti-racism strategies that respond to the systemic nature of racism. And now is the time to do this. Each of you that are graduating today will continue to be part of this new tale written, one that centers intentionality to create change. Throughout this next phase of your journey, let it be through your respective professions, your involvement in community-based organizations and advocacy efforts, mobilization efforts, your voice is important. And each of you has a unique part to play in this process towards social change. Trust that you will find your path so that you can impact and change the world, searching and affirming who you are, your lived experiences, and your stories. Aim to connect with folks on a human level. Try to carve out those spaces for your gente and your people to occupy and to, most importantly, be. And while doing so, doing it on your own terms. Educators always affirm how our students and communities are filled with strengths, with talents, and dreams that are worth pursuing. Padres, al estar presente hoy, simboliza su apoyo hacia sus hijos. El ser parte de este proceso educativo de sus hijos es de suma importancia. Parents, being here today is a symbol of your support for your child. Being part of their education process is of utmost importance. Síganle and keep doing this. Todos, all of us, think about what our communities would look like if we push ourselves and each other to amplify our voices for equity and for change. I share with you the words from Luis Valdez, the founder of modern Chicano theater and film, whose work of poetry and theater greatly guided my own journey of discovery. And you might most notably recognize his work by the film La Bamba, which he wrote and directed. But for those that are unfamiliar with Luis Valdez, he also founded the Teatro Campesino, leading a cultural revolution that created a space for campesinos, migrant workers, estudiantes, amas de casa, scholars, activists, artists, la gente, to mobilize for social change. In his poem, Pensamiento Cervantino, he said, "Tienes que love tu part. You have to love your part and play it like an expert. Don't try to steal someone else's role. Don't try to act like someone else either. Cada quien tiene su tiempo y su espacio. Everyone has their own time and space, and nobody can play you better than you." Luis Valdez started college in 1958 as a mathematics and physics major, but switched to theater because he knew that if he became a playwright, that he could address the masses directly. There was an urgent need for him to be able to tell these stories and raise the profile of Chicanos in a time when our voices weren't absent. And these last couple of years have reaffirmed how important our voices and our stories are to be included in this world. Cada quien tiene su tiempo y su espacio, and nobody can play you better than you. Graduantes, the process of knowing yourselves does not end with this milestone. The journey, in fact, will never end. Continue to leave behind, continue to explore who you are, know yourselves, always make time for exploration of those questions. ¿Quién soy? ¿Por qué soy? ¿Y para qué soy? I end this speech with the words of Mr. John Lewis, civil rights leader and congressman, who days before he was laid to rest said, "When historians pick up their pens and write the story for the 21st century, let them say that it was your generation who laid down the heavy burdens of hate at last, and that peace finally triumphed over violence, aggression, and war. So I say to you, walk with the wind, brothers and sisters, and let the spirit of peace and the power of everlasting love guide you. Tú eres mi otro yo. Si te amo y te respeto a ti, me amo y me respeto yo. Si te hago daño a ti, me hago daño a mí. You are my other me. If I love and respect you, I love and respect myself. If I do harm to you, I do harm to myself. You have the power to transform the world, the power to make our communities a better place for future generations, and a better place for future generations to come. But it also means a responsibility to continue to build those communities that our ancestors imagined, that are rooted in respect, reciprocity, responsibility, and reverence for the living earth. Felicidades to the class of 2022. Always remember to use your power to make a difference in our society. Sí se pudo. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dina Garcia. So now we're going to call up the name readers for the donning of the graduates, Dr. Gaby Leon Perez and Dr. Fernando Tenjo.
Buenas tardes. Ahora sí, el momento que hemos estado esperando. Now we move on to the moment we've been waiting for. All right, so let's start. Angela Michelle Gates. Gianna. No. Perdón. Ahora sí, Gianna Juárez. Felicidades. Selena Pacheco. Karina Armenta. Steven Ávalo. Salma Bravo. Jocelyn Castillo. Leslie Chávez. María de Jesús Cisneros Elías. Christina Davis. Rocío Escobedo Gallegos. Jocelyn Espinosa Esparza. Judith Flores.
Emilio Funes. Brooke Heike. Kyle Hernandez Figueroa. Shanique Houston. Isabel Jackson. Eric Lainez. Hensi Machado. Helen Martinez. José Martínez. Giselle Moya. Valerie Moya Oliva. Kaylee Penn. Moisés Pérez. Norma Roches. Catherine Sanchez. Hailey Suarez Rivas. Hugo Vargas Cruz. Frank Vargas. Mia Wisher. Dani Zapata.
How about another round of applause for all the graduates and their families?
We have one more graduate, Dina Garcia.
Awesome. So yeah, that is all the graduates. Congratulations. We are going to move to the closing remarks for Dr. Rachel Gomez, the Assistant Professor for VCU School of Education.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. All right, where's everybody? Okay. I have to hold this, but what I really wanted to do was say, let's come together to recognize our greatness, right? With the Chicano clap. Who knows the Chicano clap? Huh? Just follow me. We are together. Fantastic. So I just want to say congratulations, felicidades, on your momentous achievements. It is just such a pleasure to see you all here today and your beautiful faces. And so we celebrate you. And again, I'm Rachel Gomez, and I'm an assistant professor in the School of Education here. And I am unapologetically Chicana from the southwest part of the U.S., all right? And I know I've got some people in here with me today. I earned my PhD in Mexican-American Studies, Chicano Studies, because I love us, right? I love us. I love Chicanos, Chicanas, Chicanes, right? Latinos, Latinas, Latines, all the parts of us, all the parts of us. Yeah, so let's give yourselves a hand, right? Love ourselves. So I wanted to, thank our hosts today for inviting me here. And I do believe that my ancestors called me here today, and yours, right, to remind you of your greatness, right? And that you are your ancestors' wildest dreams, right? You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. Please give a clap for yourselves. Yep. And so I urge you to continue studying the world and do so with a bold curiosity. With a curiosity that is restless, right? While you are questioning our world, I urge you to study as a search for clarity of that which is hidden, that which is muted, unquestioned, or even suggested to you. Be curious as if your curiosity cannot be quenched. This is the essence of being alive, recognizing our unfinishedness as human beings. And to quote the late, great philosopher Paulo Freire, no one can be in the world with the world or with others and maintain a posture of neutrality. I cannot be in the world, decontextualize, and simply just observing life. So I encourage you to move forward and remember why you are here. And what I meant to do earlier was, I'm also a first-generation college graduate, and so I wanted to ask those of you who are first-generation college graduates to please stand up. I'm hoping you will turn on the lights so you can get a photo of this, VCU. Please take a look to your left. Take a look to your right. We're waiting for the photography here. Please take a look to your left, a look to your right, and give yourselves a hand. You are the creators of change. The creators of change. Thank you. And so that really ends my comments today. And si se puede. Si se puede.
Awesome. So that is the end of the ceremony. Congratulations again to the class of 2022. Awesome. Yeah, and thank you to everyone here as well.
All right, it is time to mingle. Please stand up, take all the pictures, enjoy yourselves, and thank you for being here. Thank you to the amazing OMSA team for putting this together. I really value you. Enjoy. Congratulations.